In 2026, Warren walks into a grocery store with $40 and a tight jaw. His cart is basic: eggs, rice, chicken, soap, and diapers. The guy behind him buys the same brands, the same sizes, the same total weight. Warren watches the other receipt print first. The number on it is lower. Warren blinks like the screen is lying. Then his card declines for a moment and the cashier says it out loud. Warren taps again and it goes through. The receipt that prints for him is higher, even before the interest starts. Same life, same stuff, higher price. That is the math of being broke in 2026. And it is not a vibe, it is a spreadsheet written in penalties. People think being broke means you buy less. The truth is, you often pay more per unit, more per mistake, and more per minute. Wealth gets discounts and points. Poverty gets fees and deadlines. Two households can earn the same hourly wage. One has a buffer, the other has a clock ticking. The buffer turns problems into annoyances. The clock turns annoyances into disasters. When you are short on cash, everything becomes a financing decision. And financing is how a $5 problem becomes 10. Call it the broke math trap. It is the system that charges you extra for needing things now. Let's run the numbers the way your bank does. The Federal Reserve asks a simple question every year. Could you cover a $400 emergency with cash? In the latest Shed data, only about 2/3 of adults say yes. That means millions live one small shock away from borrowing. That one gap is the doorway to paying double. Because when you cannot absorb a hit, you pay for the hit plus the recovery. Start with the first toll booth: bank fees. The CFPB found the median overdraft fee at large institutions is about $35. $35 for being wrong at the wrong time. And overdrafts stack when bills retry. A shortfall that starts at $10 can turn into $45 by morning. Now you are not catching up. You are digging out. Next toll booth: late fees. Credit cards love late fees because late fees don't require you to buy anything. The CFPB has said late fees have cost families more than $14 billion a year. That is a tax on timing, not a tax on luxury. Third toll booth: interest. Credit card interest rates have hovered above 20% in recent years, according to Federal Reserve data. At that rate, a carried balance grows while you sleep. Fourth toll booth: short-term help. Payday loans advertise relief, not cost. The CFPB notes a typical payday fee is $15 per $100 for 2 weeks. That works out to an APR around 400%. It is not designed to be paid off. It is designed to be rolled. Fifth toll booth: paying in pieces. Weekly payments make a price feel smaller. The FTC has warned some rent-to-own deals can charge consumers as much as twice the retail price. Twice for the same couch you sit on the same way. Sixth toll booth: being underbanked. The FDIC reports that in 2023, about 14.2% of U.S. households were underbanked, around 19 million households. Underbanked means you have an account but still rely on costly workarounds. Those workarounds are where the double price hides. Seventh toll booth: bulk discounts you cannot reach. Research on grocery quantity discounts shows buying in bulk often lowers unit prices, but bulk requires cash up front, space at home, and a calm week. Broke weeks are not calm. So Warren buys the small bottle and pays the big price per ounce. Eighth toll booth: deposits. When you have less money, companies ask you for more money up front. Utility deposits, higher insurance installments, prepaid plans, minimum balances. The theme is always the same: pay now or pay extra later. Now let's do one normal week in 2026. No drama, just reality. On Monday, Warren's car makes a sound you can feel in your teeth. The shop quotes $480 to fix it. Warren needs the car for work, so waiting is not an option. If he has $480 saved, the story ends right here. He pays, drives home, and breathes. But Warren is running on fumes. He puts the repair on a credit card. That choice keeps the job, but it starts the meter. On Tuesday, rent clears and leaves his checking account thinner than planned. On Wednesday, an autopay hits a few hours early. The account dips negative. The bank charges an overdraft fee. Now the repair is not $480. It is $515. Later that day, the phone bill tries again. Another fee lands like a punch you did not see. The total climbs without buying anything new. Friday arrives, and the credit card payment due date is staring at him. He pays the minimum because the minimum is all he can do. Interest keeps growing on what is left. Then groceries run out because life does not pause for your balance. He uses the card again. Now the next month starts with debt already inside it. That is the loop. The repair didn't double because the mechanic lied. It doubled because the system stacks charges when you are late by inches. The cruel part is how invisible it looks from the outside. Your coworker sees you drive the same car and assumes your costs are the same. They are not. Your coworker pays the statement in full and gets points. You carry the balance and pay interest. Same purchase, different ending. The poor version of a discount is a penalty you didn't earn. Broke math also steals your time. When money is tight, you spend hours hunting for the cheapest option. You take the bus to avoid a rideshare fee. Then you lose an hour of sleep. You wait on hold to reverse a charge, and you do it during lunch. You patch a tire instead of replacing it, and you pray it holds. Time costs money, and broke time costs more. Even your brain pays interest. Constant decisions drain you until the expensive choice feels like the only choice. So what do you do in 2026 when the game is set up like this? You stop trying to win with willpower and you build a buffer with design. First, kill the fee triggers. If your bank lets you decline overdrafts, choose decline. If it doesn't, shop for one that does, because one fee can erase a week of progress. Second, move your due dates to match your paydays when you can. Timing is a weapon, so take it back. Third, create a tiny repair fund, even if it starts at $10 a week. The goal is not a big number, it is a boring emergency. Fourth, separate your bills money from your life money. When bills and groceries share one pool, every swipe becomes Russian roulette. Fifth, when you must borrow, borrow cheaper. Credit unions and employer programs can beat the worst emergency lenders. Sixth, buy bulk with a friend if space or cash is the wall. Split the pack, split the savings, keep the unit price low. Seventh, automate one small win. A weekly transfer of $20 can block a future overdraft. Eighth, treat credit like a tool, not a life raft. A life raft is what you grab when the ship is already sinking. Tools are what you use before the storm. Every dollar of buffer is a dollar the poor tax cannot touch. Warren is not paying double because he is careless. He is paying double because the system charges people for being short on time and cash. Once you see the math, you can change the inputs. And when you change the inputs, 2026 stops feeling like a rigged game.